Hello everybody and welcome to another reaction video on Peace Beats with Dan Blackwell. Today we are listening to Aurora and Wardruna. So this was a request through my Buy Me a Coffee page. If you'd like to request a reaction yourself, the link is in the description and in the comments below. I will reply with a video message. And anything at all, any kind of donation really helps me keep this channel going. It's very much appreciated and I will definitely get to your reaction request. So I've never heard any Aurora before, and this is very strange because I'm very into Scandinavian music and I've also been aware of Aurora for a very long time. It's quite strange with this journey of reaction videos that I started a few months ago. All the artists that people have requested are all artists that I've been wanting to get into for a long time, but just kind of have been waiting for the right time. So it's almost like the stars have aligned a little bit. Now, tracing back my DNA, I have a lot of Scandinavian and Irish kind of roots in my ancestry, and I have always felt this kind of connection to both Irish folk and like Scandinavian traditional music and the culture, and I don't know, I'm drawn to it. And if you listen to some of my compositions, you'll hear a lot of Scandinavian influences and kind of Viking style music. It really resonates with me. So I'm very, very excited to hear this, and let's just get stuck in and yeah, let's go. Here comes Odin. It's so nice to see a modern band pay such a tribute to their heritage, isn't it? And I want to learn so much more. I'm very much at the beginning of my journey with Scandinavian music, really. And there's not a great deal I know about the instrumentation. What I'm hearing so far is a frame drum, I think. And you get this really nice drone. I don't know exactly how that's being generated, whether it's a string sort of horsehair instrument, or if it's some kind of, if it's air being passed through something to create that drone sound. But we've got a deep drone with a simple kind of deep drum rhythm, and that gives you that tribal kind of ritualistic feeling, doesn't it? You know, it sounds, as much as a song, it feels like some kind of ceremony, doesn't it? You know, and the aesthetic of it with the deer antlers and they're wearing all the traditional clothing and everything. It's very enchanting and entrancing, and it just draws you into it, and it gives me this kind of feeling deep down of just connection to earth. It makes me want to go out barefoot and get my feet into the dirt. Do you know what I mean? Like, it makes me want to swim in the river. It makes me want to get away from technology completely and just kind of get back to my animalistic roots, you know? And I think that's why having modern artists perform this kind of music is so important to remind us of where we came from and where music came from. And this is early music, you know, with some sort of modern influences in there as well, with the kind of structure and everything. Absolutely beautiful. And Aurora's voice is lovely. I love her hair. Let's little side note. Let's get straight back into it. Wow. That is a beautiful horn sound, isn't it? And that percussion setup is just amazing. That kind of like small shaker tambourine kind of timpani sound shaking in there has really like lifted the pace of it in a really nice way. If you like this kind of music, I would strongly recommend checking out an artist called Danheim. He has a lot of stuff on YouTube. He actually did the soundtrack to the Vikings TV show on the History Channel. And he does kind of, it's a bit more, he's taken sort of these kind of Viking traditional folk sounds and he's made it into more kind of a like an organic dance music kind of feeling, a lot of his stuff, but it's really something. If you're into this, check out Danheim as well. I love it. It's as I say, it's keeping it alive, and I think there's a lot of misconceptions about like Viking culture and stuff. You know, often Vikings are depicted as this like purely kind of war people who just destroyed everything and were kind of savages and brutes, and that really wasn't the case. And I've seen like ridiculous posts and stuff, you know, when like you have that sort of when there was that time on Facebook when suddenly you realized that you had people on there who were kind of like racist and stuff, but you never knew until Facebook came along, you know what I mean? Like, and you'd see these things, and I'd see things like about sort of immigration, and it would be like when back in the olden days when immigrants used to come, we wouldn't feed them and give them homes, we would fight them, and it would have a picture of some Viking ships arriving on the English shores. And firstly, that's disgusting, and secondly, it's not true. When, as far as I understand it, And so, if there are any historians listening, I'm no historian by any means, so I'm just going to put that out there straight away. I just, try and make sense of everything I read and put together. But I believe that when the Vikings did arrive on English shores, the first thing we did is made a trade deal with them, and we gave them some land, and we, actually cooperated very, very well. It was others who kind of came over later on that kind of created friction and war. Obviously, it did end up in combat and stuff, but it wasn't a clean, widespread issue of all Vikings are like this, and there were all kinds of different Vikings from different countries. The Vikings of Denmark were very different to the Vikings of Norway, and all these things, So there's a lot of rich history to it, and that's the thing. This is a little bit of a tangent here, but being English, you've got to understand that there is no Englishman who isn't an immigrant of some, stage, whether it's sort of Anglo-Saxon or, there'll be Germanic in there, there'll be Roman, there'll be Vikings, there'll be all sorts. That's what England is. It's what we're based on. We are one of those countries where it's an amalgamation of everything over years and years and years. And the Vikings took a very strong holding up north in Scotland and in Ireland, and kind of worked their way in. And it's there's a lot of rich history to it. We can't go into all of it right now, and this isn't a history channel, and I'm not, as I said, not a historian, so I'm not the one to be delivering it. But I would certainly recommend going and seeking out other channels, or reading any literature you can get your hands on about these subjects, because they're very, very interesting. And I guess why I'm saying this is that you don't have to be Scandinavian to culturally associate with this music, because it is in your blood somewhere, And even if it's not, like, no matter where in the world you are, we're all people, and music transcends everything, and it's all connected. So music from every culture can connect deep within you, you know what I mean? I hope I've articulated that correctly. There was a few points in there, but this is what's kind of coming to me while I'm listening to this music. It's just I'm thinking about these things, and there's it gives me a warm feeling. There's a richness to it, and yeah. So I'm going to stop talking and we're going to listen to some more.
der fer, der frønder, der skjalver sama. Jeg vet ein, at aldri dør, domer om døden kveld. Tusen takk for oss.
Wonderful. I really like the message at the end there. You know, everything dies eventually, and what they're saying there is all you leave behind is your legacy. And what do you want that legacy to be, you know? I think it's more important to focus on a legacy of love than a legacy of what you leave behind in assets, you know? I think it's the legacy, the most important legacy I think you can leave behind is how you make people feel. And so, yeah, it's good to dedicate your life to making people feel good. Now, I really need to listen to some more Aurora as well. This was more of a Wardruna kind of driven piece of music here. Her voice was absolutely stunning within it. But I would also like to hear more of her, you know, independent solo work to get an impression of what her kind of sound is. I would like in the comments, if you could let me know if anybody knows about these artists, to kind of give me any information about the instrumentation, like teach me what instrumentation is being used here. I think that the drone it's a stringed instrument, isn't it? I'm suspecting horsehair. It's kind of on the same register as a cello to a bass, and it's kind of doing that, but it's not doing any melody. You can kind of hear the bow, you know, changing, but it's kind of this slow bowed drone sound that's being created. And also with these songs, are they original? Like, have they written these, or are they based on old folk songs? Have they taken old kind of poetry and turned it into music, or are these songs that were passed down through generations? I would love to know the answer to that. And yeah, I think there's a lot of talking points here. There's a lot of discussion, but overall, this music has just made me feel whole inside. And I'm going to go out on a long walk today. I'm up in the hills. I'm in the middle of nowhere at the moment, and I'm just going to get into some real countryside, I think, and just kind of sit on the top of a big hill and look out over the lake for a little while and contemplate life and death, as I tend to do of a Thursday. Is it Thursday today? So if you enjoy my subscription, if you enjoy my subscriptions, hit the reaction video. I've momentarily gone blank. If you enjoy my reaction videos, hit the subscribe button. And if you would like to request a reaction, I have a buy me a coffee. So I would love to see you on there. Greatly appreciated. We also have a YouTube membership. Please sign up to that. I'd love to see you in there. It's about $5 a month. And we've got relaxing we've got plenty of Viking music of this kind of style in there, ad-free, original pieces, and as well I do mixes of games like Skyrim and The Witcher and things like that, the Gladiator soundtrack, and I've kind of taken all the most relaxing pieces from those and mixed them into these seamless sleep mixes where they're also good for studying, relaxation, anti-anxiety, all that good stuff. So I would love to see you in there, and I'll also soon be doing exclusive reactor content behind the membership as well to add extra value to that. So I would love to see you join the community. As always, guys, take care. Peace and love.